This video, we want it dark. This video, you get the full-fledged goth attire. Because in this video, we're going to talk about some gothic drama on YouTube. And you should feel very special that I would go to this length in making this video about these two particular gothic channels. Because I'm old and lazy, and half the time I just don't have the energy to go through all of this anymore. I wear black all the time, but I used to dress this way all the time, unless I was at work. Even then I would still wear all black. But I figure since it's gothic themed, gothic oriented, fuck it, why not? So there's these two YouTubers. Originally I wasn't going to do this video at all, by the way. But then I decided, you know, I'm being a dick. Maybe I should do this video because somebody requested it of me. So that there's these two gothic YouTubers. One, KingCobraJFS. And then another named Gothic Dee. And I'll go over the entire thing because really the whole drama saga situation is actually pretty simple. So I took some snippets of pieces of what's going on and things that I kind of particularly thought were funny. So let's go ahead and play those snippets right now.
In centimeters. Could you give a shout out to Kinko? He would love you for it. So what do you want me to say to KingCobraJFS? I don't get these shout outs like because I have no idea what they're. But it's more of a hello really. So when he sees this live stream, he will give you a shout out on his channel. Ah, so that's what I mean. What's his name again? Well, hello KingCobraJFS. Is that hello?
Oh, what is up, YouTube? It's your sexy goth bad boy KingCobraJFS coming back at you with another video. Bust out my trusty tobacco pipe, and I thought I'd give Gothic Dee a shout out. She's a YouTuber who only has 422 subscribers. So if you want to check out an amazing goth chick who vlogs on YouTube, then I'll provide the link in the description box for her channel below. Saying hi back, giving y'all a shout out. So y'all get your
I'm questionable as that one, and B, I do not like him that way, and C, I don't go out with posers. So why don't you stop saying that we're a cute couple and blah blah blah, because I'm just gonna block you off my channel and so be it. Why don't you tell King Cobra to fuck off and leave me alone?
I'll tell you why she's pissed off. Because a lot of my fucking haters are trying to set me up with her. They're fucking harassing her. It's bullshit. So because of that crap, she thinks I'm some kind of fucking pervert stalker. It's bullshit. I'll tell you why she's pissed off. Because a lot of my fucking haters are trying to set me up with her. They're fucking harassing her. It's bullshit. So because of that crap, she thinks I'm some kind of fucking pervert stalker. It's bullshit. Gothic Dee responds to me saying I'm a fake ass goth for what? Gothic Dee, what? She talks shit on her Instagram too. Who the fuck is this bitch? Gothic Dee just tweeted about you saying how you are a fake goth for responding. Oh, I'm a fake goth for responding. Well, then why is she fucking harassing me? She calls me a fake goth for responding, but here she is, harassing me, revealing my address. Fuck her. Fuck her, dude.
That's fucked up because she says you're fake, but then she's the one that's causing the drama.
Exactly my point. Gothic Dee says I'm fake, but here she is, causing the drama. I think it's time for you to teach this bitch a lesson. You want to fucking start shit with me? You have no fucking idea who you're fucking with. Okay, you want to call me fucking names? Fine. But revealing my address on Twitter, where's the proof? Yeah, if Gothic Dee is continuing to fucking harass me, then I want my fans to fucking have my back on this 100%. Exactly my point. If Gothic Dee is truly fucking with me like this and calling me names and this and that, then she needs to be dealt with. Fuck with the cobra, get bit.
Right? Fucking A, dude.
Yeah, if she wants to continue to fucking harass me, then my legion of fans will take care of her. Trust them.
Research and look.
Alright, so let's talk about this, shall we? First of all, we have Miss Gothic Dee, who really wanted to, well, she I guess had an agreement to give KingCobra JFS a shout out on her channel. In return, him being a larger channel, he would give a shout out to her channel so that she could get more subscribers from his goth community, kind of pull from his goth community over to hers and support her. And that's all well and good. And I'm sure we all know that game, don't we? So, she does this. She gives him a shout out. He gives her a shout out back. And, you know, he does make some proclamations that she's a hot, gothic chick. Whatever. I think that's irrelevant. So anyway. That wasn't a but anyway. That was a so anyway, by the way. So. Gothic Dee starts getting trolls on her channel. Where they come from Colt's channel, talking in her comment section about they make a cute couple. She comes forward and says, we're not a couple. She calls him fake goth. And he freaks out about her calling him fake goth and says, "Who are you to be Miss Queen Goth to determine what is goth and what is not?" He has his interpretation of goth. She has her interpretation of goth. And I would say that there is kind of an elitist type mentality in the goth community. And that is, you see it more prevalent among trad goths like myself, where, you know, looking at like Ozzy Osbourne, Iron Maiden, things like that, I don't really consider those to be gothic. I don't. I would say, like, even Crew Shadows, I would say that they're dark wave, but I wouldn't necessarily call Crook Shadows, goth. I tend to be more in lines with things like Corpus Delicti, Christian Death, Sex Gang Children, Children on Stun, 45 Grave, that kind of thing. UK Decay, there's many goth bands. Brotherhood of Pagans, things like that. Which I'd be willing to bet KingCobra JFS probably doesn't listen to those bands often, if maybe even at all. And, I mean, that's debatable, so it's like, okay, I'm not going to come out and tell goth, well, Cobra, you're fake goth, you're real goth, whatever. I'm not the judge, jury, decision on what is goth and what isn't. But, in my personal opinion, I don't really care for the metal bands that get thrown into the goth category. I like cellos, pipe organs, violins, chorus, choir. I like those things, and they generally come with like a punk riff. I even like some sort of classical type stuff, even like Beethoven and Bach, and even things like Dead Can Dance and Dark Cabaret. But enough about me. We're talking about Gothic Dee and KingCobra JFS. Now, my opinion on both of them, for both sides of the argument, is they're both being really ridiculous. Neither one really have the authority to come out and say what is and isn't goth. Although if I were to go towards what is, I would probably lean more slightly on Gothic Dee's side, rather than KingCobra JFS. But again, it's not really my place. If KingCobra JFS wants to run around calling himself goth, I don't really care. I don't give a shit. I'm kind of a nihilist in that side. I just don't care. It's not worth my time. So, the interesting thing about all of it is that the thing that I don't like about Gothic Dee is that, for one, she's being kind of immature and she's not really doing a whole lot of investigation into it. Personally, like, I don't give a shit that she called him fake goth, but personally, I find it funny that all she has to do to trigger Cobra is call him fake, and he's just, woo, fucking triggered. Fucking flip shit, like, what, motherfucker, what? No. But the thing that's ridiculous about her is that she can't spot a troll from a mile away. People going on your channel and saying, "Oh, I didn't know you guys were boyfriend and girlfriend, you make such a cute couple." You know, that's really just, I don't know, that comes with the territory of doing YouTube. People make fucked up comments to you. People do things like that. That's just part of YouTube. So if she can't handle that, that's something that she's just going to have to become familiarized with YouTube. That's just what people do. I mean, you know, I had somebody tell me, "I'm going to be honest with you, dude. You're the reason we need another Holocaust." Yeah, that's been said to me, along with many other anti-homosexual things and some alt-right remarks from alt-right trolls that don't like my channel, and I don't really give a shit. And you even have some very, very extreme conservative Christian views that come along my channel that talk shit. I even had a Christian that said the end of times was coming because they saw my channel. I thought that was hilarious. So, Gothic Dee is being ridiculous in the sense that she's jumping to conclusions, and she's coming out making the proclamation like Cobra actually came out and said that they were going out, when in fact that did not happen. That is not what happened at all, in any way, shape, or form. It's just a bunch of commentators on her channel. So I think that she's wrong in that sense. And I think she's being extremely immature. But I do find this clip very funny. And I will probably use it in the future when I hear social justice warriors say something that I find incredibly stupid. I love this. It's very gross, it's immature, and it's funny. I think it's funny. It's this Gothic chick bending over and laying a huge fucking fart. And then we have Colt. And throughout, like, there's a mention of doxing. And if Dee doxed Colt, she definitely is in the wrong for that. You do not dox people. That is something I personally am just against. I do not advocate for doxing at all. But Colt is really no better. Because when he goes on there and he finds that he has been called a fake goth, he orders his legion of followers to go and flag her channel down. And that's another thing that I am adamantly against, is mass flagging campaigns. Looking from a goth perspective, we all have the ability to express ourselves in an individualistic way. Individualistic self-expression, artistic creativity expression, as even Gothic Dee put it, free from judgment, free from conformity. And I like that. And the only way you can get that is when you see somebody that doesn't fit your conformity. You leave it alone. You don't take them down. You don't strike them down. They're just somebody that you disagree with, you don't like. You don't like what they have to say. You don't like their art. You don't like it. It's as simple as that. But the tactics and strategies that both of these people used are things that have been used by social justice warriors alike. Now, I don't think either one of them are social justice warriors, but they use social justice warrior tactics, such as Colt sicking an entire flagging campaign and in trying to get his little following, his subscribers, to jump on a bandwagon and have his back to go and mass flag and harass Gothic Dee and her channel out of existence, to which they were successful in doing. Of course, Gothic Dee creates another channel, and probably in hopes that he'll leave her alone on that channel. Let's hope it stays that way. So then, that's a social justice warrior tactic of sending a fucking mass flagging campaign to shut down somebody's channel. And it's all over the fact that she, called you a fake goth and farted at you? You know what I think of that? That's what I think of that. Personally, if somebody came and said, you're fake goth, I'd be like, okay, fine, whatever. I really don't care about your opinion. I don't care. And you can think, you're entitled to think that I'm not goth. I don't really care if I'm goth or not. I just particularly tend to like dark things, so I'm attracted to them. If that's goth, then so be it. If it's not, whatever, I don't give a shit. So, I think Colt is being immature in that sense, that he is taking that insult to that kind of level to where it's like, I need to take her channel down. So, I also think it's immature, and I don't know if she actually doxed his address, his actual information. I don't know if that's true, and I don't think that that was proven in any of the videos I watched about this whole stupid drama saga thing between two fucking Gothic YouTube creators, which really, neither one of them really don't have much to say. You have, KingCobra JFS talking about making magic wands. And then you have Gothic Dee sitting out in the woods just rambling about being free from judgment, being out in the wilderness. Oh, look, I'm at one with nature. Isn't that so cool and awesome? Yeah, I guess. This is why I don't do any Gothic-specific content, is because I really don't know what more to say on it. I mean, I like dark things. I like skulls. I wish I had an actual human skull. They're quite expensive, so I don't, but I wish I did. And I'm fascinated by psychology and other things that have to do with kind of the barbaristic nature of humanity. And I'm interested in the truth. I'm interested in realism. I tend to be quite nihilistic. Are those things goth? I don't know, but you can certainly find a lot of it in the goth community. So, I tend to like those things, and therefore am attracted to it, like a magnet. So, looking at both of their channels, I don't think either one of them deserve to be mass flagged, doxxed, shut down. I think both of them are just being ridiculous. I honestly think the moment that Gothic Dee lashed out at people saying that they were in a relationship, let's start with Gothic Dee, actually. Gothic Dee should not take those comments to heart. She shouldn't take them personally. And I think that the moment that she lashed out in response to that ultimately by calling him a poser or a pseudo-goth, I think he should have taken it upon himself to just let it go. Just let it go. It's not important. It doesn't matter. None of it matters. Well, that's the way that I truly see it. But when you start talking about doxing and when you start talking about mass flagging campaigns, I have to say, well, I think both sides are guilty as charged. Unless Gothic Dee did not actually dox any information about him. In which case, she has done nothing wrong. She is not the queen of goth, and she is not the judge and jury of what is goth and what isn't. That's true. She can think she is. She's an elitist. She seems to be more on the trad side of things. Kind of more Victorian-esque. But that doesn't mean that she's the queen of it and gets to decide what is and what isn't. I've talked about this before. There are many bands that are not gothic, but I would say that many goths might find an interest in. And, you know, just because they find an interest in things that are not goth doesn't mean that they themselves are not. Goths are certainly not the only ones that can write dark, depressing, melancholic things, or things about death. They're not the only ones. they're not the only ones that can write about realism. And when you deal with realism, you're dealing with the objective truth, which is oftentimes very dark. Islam is not a peaceful religion, now is it? I would say no religion really is. They're all quite divisive and torturous and have done a lot of really evil, sadistic shit. But I think we already know that. I like the way that the vapor looks when it comes out of this little skull. That's why I just like to do it. I do it with incense too. So, that being said, you want my true opinion on this whole thing? I think it's all garbage. And I think if you got a girl that's willing to send you a fart as a response, I think it's pretty safe to assume that that's a level of immaturity. And so I think as I said, personally, from my personal opinion, the way I would have dealt with it if I was Gothic Dee, I wouldn't have paid any attention to the comments. I would have been like, whatever. And when it comes to KingCobraJFS, the moment anybody would have called me fake or a poser or pseudo, I would have just shrugged my shoulders and gone on about my day. That's how I would have handled it. But I cannot support anybody, because I don't know that Gothic Dee actually doxed any information. If she did, I can't support her. But because KingCobraJFS tried to send his entire subscriber audience after a single individual, I cannot stand in his corner either. Because that's something that I absolutely do not stand behind. I think you should learn a lesson from Roz Williams in that. And sometimes, when you're goth, it's best just to stay to yourself. So, that's my take on this whole situation, and to me, I think it's really kind of Jerry Springer fucking TMZ drama saga shit. The whole Kumite and the skeptic community of he said, she said, they said, this said. It's just a waste of time. It's not something I'm interested in. It's not something I think that many people should waste their time on. I really don't think so. I don't think you should. I think you should see that, look the other way, and go, let me know when that's over. And so, King Cobra's audience can continue buying his sticks that have been whittled, painted, and had a leather string wrapped around the end. Magic wands. And so I don't believe in spiritual anything. I would love it if in all of my days, urban exploring and going into dark, old, drafty places, to have seen a ghost. Because it would definitely make this world much more interesting. But in all my experiences, I've never seen anything like that. I think the road is paved, it's cracked, and it's full of holes. And people's will is ultimately not that strong. So I just don't find that interesting. The whole drama bits. The whole, oh my god, they said this about me, they did this, they did that, and now we have to argue about it because, well, it really means nothing. We're not talking about rights, liberties, and freedoms. We're not... I mean, the doxing and the flagging we kind of are, but ultimately, this is why I say these kind of tactics that are used to silence people, shut people down, they're dirty. And you have to think some of the content creators on YouTube spend an awful lot of time on being very artistic and creative, and taking that all down because of one opinion that you don't like. That's pretty cruel. That's pretty cruel. It's mean. And I think that you're no better than a priest from the Catholic Church. So maybe instead of fighting about who's goth and who's not, or who's going out and being boyfriend and girlfriend with who, maybe you should contemplate what to do with the rest of your miserable life and continue making your magic wands and continue sitting and being one with nature. Continue making your gay biker outfits and farting into the camera if that's what you so wish to do with your pathetic existence in life. If that's what you want to do, then do it. But don't shit on everyone else's fucking parade just because they don't agree with you. I'm not going to shit on your parade, on either one of their parades. I'm just saying this is why I don't do these types of videos, is because I can't stand behind either one of them. Gothic Dee is immature, and Cobra is kind of a shit. So, no doxing, no flagging campaigns, don't do that. And Gothic Dee had every right to block him from her channel. And, I mean, if she honestly felt harassed, she has the right to do that. It doesn't shut him down. But ultimately, I think both sides could have just let this go and create their Gothic content. Yay. Anyway, be sure that you like, share, subscribe, comment, hit the bell button on any channel you're subscribed to. And with that, I think we're just going to have to take a very long awaited nap and sleep like the dead. And I'm out.